Hello and welcome to another episode of Marvel Mad. I'm your host, Dwayne the Captain Coffee, and today's guest and fellow, what can I call you? Member of the channel.
Marvel Team.
Yeah. Member of the channel, Squirrel Girl Mel. We're going to both look at the first episode of Loki Season 2, Episode 1. So, I've not been able to do my first initial reactions and everything today because obviously, with it being out on a Friday, I'm at work and I've got my little girl and yeah, everything like that. So our first reaction stuff is just gonna be all over the place. It will be there, but it's gonna be later than normal. So what do you think of the first episode?
It was good. I don't think it kept my attention as much as some of the previous season. I did get a bit bored at one point and felt like I wanted to skip a little bit, but it weren't bad. I just don't think it was as good as it could have been.
Okay, I would say myself, I thought I was quite high on this episode, to be honest. I quite enjoyed it, sort of thing. Obviously the time skipping at the beginning, obviously what happened at the end. I was quite hooked and intrigued by it, to be honest. I've made some points, so I'll go through it bit by bit throughout the episode now. But yeah, to myself, I was quite happy in it, to be honest. I think this one caught my attention more than Secret Invasion did. So I do think it's got off a better foot than Secret Invasion. But yeah, myself, I was quite intrigued with it, to be honest, and quite happy with it. So yeah, we'll just go through.
I mean, it could have been that I'm poorly and I'm not feeling too great, so I'm not in that much of a mood. But yeah. I just found bits a bit boring.
Okay. Well, obviously, I've just made bullet points throughout the episode and stuff like that sort of thing. So obviously, right at the beginning, he's running from the TVA and everything like that, and Loki jumps off onto that little ship, and he hits the statue of Kang. I know it might be a little thing, but I just wanted to point it out. Do you think that's a significant thing?
Probably foreshadowing, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to foreshadow something in it. It's not just me, because it just how it lingered on it a bit, and you saw the real
Or that could have been that, obviously they've killed one Kang, haven't they?
Yeah.
So maybe one going, and then you've got all the statues of the others. They're still to come. Yeah, so one down, rest to come.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think of that sort of thing. But just when I seen that, I was like, that seems like it's very significant sort of thing. So the other significant thing is the logo on the floor. How they kept on looking at that logo on the floor, especially when the ball hit, and obviously you seen the crack, and obviously you time skipped towards later on in the future sort of thing, and the crack was obviously still there, and everybody knew he was Loki this time. But that logo on the floor, they keep on really you see it everywhere, and it's really prominent sort of thing. That to me looks like the face of Kang, one of the variants of Kang. It really does remind me.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah. So I was just that's going to become more and more prominent sort of thing throughout the episode and throughout the series.
I was trying to look as well, because it's got an hourglass in that, and I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but as it goes along, I'm pretty sure it goes down, the hourglass is going down a little bit.
Oh, I never noticed that, to be honest. I just noticed the hourglass and the figure of Kang, so I didn't actually notice that. I'll have to have a look back on that, to be honest, but maybe. I'm not too sure on that one. I'll have to keep an eye on that one, but it's obviously this is time running out, so it would make sense for him to have something like that sort of thing. The time slipping though looks weird as anything. It does remind me, like I've put out in the preview with me and Nate. It does remind me a hell of a lot like Miles Morales' glitching. It reminds me a hell of a lot like that sort of thing, but it's just called time skipping. But it looks. I
do like
so
the little
good.
faces he pulls.
Yeah.
And he makes a comment on it.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it looks gross as anything. And it does really look painful, like Owen Wilson's Morbius just says. It looks ever so painful.
It looks like you being birthed and
died at the same time. Yeah. I did quite like that, but it looks so gross. But good at the same time. It just really is nice. And the little voice, as obviously going along the episode, the voice between Renslayer and Kang, Nate did bring up a good point about them having the relationship in the comics and stuff like that in our preview episode. I think he might be onto something here now. Like, they might actually be bringing that connection as Renslayer being Kang's love interest into the series, which would be quite nice. And that's a nice little throwback and connection to the comics. So Nate might be onto something here. Obviously, a friend of the channel, Nate, he's been on some real good pointers with it recently with some of the stuff he's been coming out with. So again, this might be another home run for him, bless him. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on Nate as well. He's got some good takes on things out there, so you might be onto something there. I gotta admit, when it comes to the judge room as well, I really thought that judge was dead. You know, the one that was falling asleep out loud.
I did as well. I thought it was just ignoring that he's dead.
I honestly thought he was just sat there and he was just dead as a dodo. I was like, it's a bit random to have just some dead blokes sat there listening to him, but I did quite like that. Interesting to say when now that time flows through the TVA as well, when it's never happened before, sort of thing. That's quite an interesting thing, and I like how you presume by the end of that episode that should stop with him like being pruned from all timelines and stuff. So, Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston's connection as well as Loki and Morbius, such a good connection. They just hit it off so well and everything.
I think it helps that in real life they're very much the same, like their characters, and they're very they're quite both jokey, so they get on quite well on screen as well.
I said they literally just bounce off each other. It's just so good, so funny. And Obi as well. Ki Hu Kwan. Obviously, where I know him from is Short Round from Indiana Jones. The actor himself is just such a fantastic actor in that. I'm so glad to see him in this. And his connection as well, when all three of them are in the room, it's like, oh, that's time slipping. Yeah, I know it is. No, you can't do anything about it. And when he's explaining to Owen Wilson as well about his skin peeling and having to pull Loki from every single timeline being pruned. It's just the chemistry between all three of them is just so funny. So good. That section is so good. And when he played his series part as well, I was like, right, we need to get to Loom as well. And that I was like, right, yeah, he knows something's going down. His tone just snapped. I was like, yeah, okay, this is important now, sort of thing. The spacesuit as well. When Owen Wilson is going out towards the extractor to bring obviously Loki back, was it me, or it's probably the best person to talk to about this actually after naming our daughter after a Bioshock character, but did you remind me? It reminded me of a Big Daddy, or was it just me?
I think that was just you.
If you look at that spacesuit, how he was walking, he had the big helmet and that.
You do realise I have a massive Bioshock tattoo all over my leg.
Yeah, but that's what I mean now. You look at that suit, it reminded me straight away of a Big Daddy. It might just remind you.
I think it was just you. Okay. You want my honest opinion?
Yeah. The scene as well, obviously, I'm harking back to the preview episode because obviously we've done that recently and we've tried to preview the series coming up. The scene that I thought was from Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was totally wrong. Because obviously in this one, it's near the end of the episode where he's looking out and he's seeing everything like knacker up in the TVA. That is literally just the TVA. And it's just all knackering up. I thought he'd managed to skip out and get to Kang's city to go and warn Ant-Man before he left the quantum realm. Obviously I was wrong. I'll admit that I knackered up there. My predictions are nowhere near as good as Nate's, so don't listen to anything in that bleeding preview episode that I said, because I think I'll be proven wrong so many times. Nate's going to just piss me on that. The graphics as well in this one, I think they got a lot of shit from people for Secret Invasion, for the graphics and that. It was good, but they could have done a lot better, sort of thing. In this, just the loom, him time slipping, the bit where he's gone out. Oh, shut up, phone. The bit where he's gone out and he sees just everything going off. It's just so good. And I think, hopefully, the graphics and like that and special effects are going to stay that good. Like when he gets pruned as well at the end, I'm hoping it keeps that level of just like spectacular sort of thing.
I'm looking forward to seeing like what Sylvie's doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because she obviously knew he was there. Because she said, oh, when she opened the lift, she went, "Oh, there you are." So she knew he was gonna be there, even though she kicked him through the other door. So she knew.
I was going to say is that sending a massive like team as well to go and find Silver.
That's not just for Silver.
No, exactly. There's something else deep rooted in that sort of thing. Now, I think maybe they're going to go off and try and prune all the other timelines or something, just to try and get that one single timeline again.
Get Sylvie. So either go back and try and stop Sylvie from killing
basically
Cam, or they're going to prune the other timelines, or it's something to do with they're going to try and get the other Kangs. It's the one of them three.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
They're either going to get the other Kangs, try and stop Sylvie from doing it in the first place, or prune.
Yeah, so my first thought was they're going to obviously get Sylvia, probably just kill her, and then try and prune the other timelines as well, sort of thing, so they have it all more stabilised again. But sending that sort of massive team to go after that, I was like, that's a bit extreme and that lot sort of thing. But obviously, I think as well to end this episode with a post-credit scene, not that detailed, but that like how they've done that. I swear we've not seen anything like that on the first episode since WandaVision, I'm sure, because I swear at the end of the first WandaVision you see the hint towards Sword. I swear I might be totally misplacing it sort of thing, but I can't think of any other series of the MCU where we've had a post-credit scene in that first episode. So I'm like, ooh, that's a bit different sort of thing. Normally it's like the last episode or the last one episode or stuff like that of the series. So to have it on that first episode as well, I'm like, ooh, that's going to entice you to go, well, what does she mean she wants to try it all? Is she missing Loki because she had that love interest with him, which was a bit weird because he loved himself and that lot? Or is he just she wanted to make amends and to make friends?
Let's be honest, that ain't the weirdest thing Loki's fell in love with. He went with a horse. So.
Yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah. But that's what I mean. What was I going to say? Oh, for Christ's sake. That was it. When she walks through that door, that's literally right after she's killed Kang, sort of thing. So that's like seconds after she's done that. So obviously that other Silver we see later before that, when she's trying to come through the lift, that's got to be a later version of Silver. So what happens from her coming out of the lift, coming through that door from killing Kang and being at McDonald's, to then coming through that other lift and seeing Loki there, sort of thing. So there's something happening.
I mean, you're not saying that she ain't time jumping and all.
Yeah, maybe not. Like, yeah, I didn't think of that. Maybe. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Everything. Yeah, but again, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But all in all, myself, I was quite happy with that first episode, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to the rest of them. I'm hoping they keep this like 40 to 45 minute, maybe even longer episode lengths. I pray to God that they don't get less and less and less like he did with Secret Invasion, because that really, really pissed me off that I did. I want it to stay a decent length, sort of thing. But yeah,
like I say, I don't think it was a bad episode. I mean, like I say, it could be just because I'm ill.
Yeah.
And I've just got not much patience, but there was just bits where it felt a bit slow.
Okay, fair enough. I see the people might think that as well. I see myself. I was quite into it. I was quite hooked. So yeah, I was just really looking forward to it now. So yeah, that's our review, myself and Squirrel Girl Mel's review of episode 1. Hopefully see you next time on another episode of Marvel Mad. We'll have all the series reviewed episode by episode, as well as a series review at the end of the whole series. But yeah, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming along. Check out more episodes on Marvel Mad. Obviously the preview, we've got the WWE episodes of the Marvel Mad Gang versus DC, football, Royal Rumble, Spider-Man. The last episode of Spider-Man's coming up soon, and before we start on Spider-Man 2 when that comes out. So yeah, plenty enough to get your teeth in on the channel. But yes, thank you very much, Mel, for joining me in that lot on this late night and everything. And yes, come again and join us on another episode of Marvel Mad. I'd just like to say thank you very much, and goodbye.